Rumblings lately about what Prince William is up to behind the scenes. And there's a great article out that I really want to discuss with you that kind of breaks it down for us about what may or may not be going on with him and what may or may not have Harry and Meghan nervous, or which should be having them nervous.
It begins with a question no one ever expected to hear inside royal circles. A question so dramatic, so explosive, that it has shaken the very idea of what the next era of the monarchy might look like. What happens when a future king decides that his own brother no longer deserves to be royal? Not pushed aside, not quietly distanced, but stripped, legally, publicly, formally, of every title he was born with. Because according to a wave of recent reports, unverified claims from insiders, and commentary from several royal historians, a storm is building around Prince Harry and Meghan Markle that could redefine their future forever. These claims say that the moment King Charles passes away and Prince William becomes king, the first major decision he plans to make is to remove every royal title from Harry, Meghan, and even their children, Archie and Lilibet. It's a shocking idea. It sounds almost impossible, and yet the rumors refuse to die. Before we go any further, there's something I need to share with you. Over the past few days, thousands have watched these stories unfold, but most haven't subscribed. If you're one of them, I invite you now to join us. Subscribe to Crownverse so you never miss the next chapter in this unfolding royal history. Now, let's dig into the story, behind the whispers, the reports, the anger, and the long, painful journey that led to this moment. The idea of stripping royal titles has always been the ultimate punishment within the monarchy. Historically, it has been reserved for betrayal, disloyalty, or actions that bring severe shame to the crown. And in recent decades, no royal has been closer to that threshold than Prince Andrew, a man who lost nearly everything after his association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein came to light. But the focus has now shifted away from Andrew to Harry and Meghan. To understand how we reached the point where anyone would believe that a future King William might take such extreme action, we have to look back, far back at the relationship between the two brothers. For years, William and Harry were inseparable, bound by the trauma of losing their mother, bound by a shared mission, bound by the sense of duty Diana left behind. They walked behind her coffin together. They leaned on each other through their teenage years. They stood side by side through military service. And for years, they were the future of the monarchy, two brothers united. But somewhere along the line, everything changed. The unverified reports that William plans to strip his brother's titles don't come from nowhere. They come from years of tension, hurt, disagreements, and actions that have cut deep on both sides. When Harry met Meghan and the relationship moved quickly, William reportedly expressed concern. Harry interpreted that concern as judgment. Meghan allegedly felt unwelcome from the beginning. And while the palace has never revealed its private conversations, what we do know is that tension began to grow almost immediately. Harry himself wrote in his memoir that William didn't support Meghan, and that the brothers argued repeatedly. Then came the decision that changed everything, the moment known as Mexit. In early 2020, Harry and Meghan announced they were stepping back from royal duties. They made the announcement publicly before fully negotiating it with the palace, and, according to numerous reports, unverified but widely repeated, the royal family, particularly Charles and William, felt blindsided. What followed was a messy negotiation. Harry and Meghan agreed that they would not use their HRE titles, but they did not lose them. They lost their royal patronages, they lost their military roles, and they left the UK. From that moment, the brothers barely spoke. And then the Oprah interview happened. It was the moment the world stopped and listened. A 2-hour conversation filled with allegations, emotions, and claims that shook the monarchy. Meghan spoke of feeling unprotected. Harry spoke of feeling trapped. They talked about racist comments allegedly made by an unnamed royal. They talked about mental health struggles. They spoke of betrayal. For William, according to many sources, this was the breaking point. Reports, again unverified, say he felt Harry had gone too far, that airing private family matters on global television crossed a line that could never be uncrossed. But it didn't stop there. In 2022, the Netflix documentary dropped. More allegations, more private moments exposed, more tension. And then 2023 brought Spare, Harry's memoir, a book that laid bare decades of private conversations, fights, and pain. Harry claimed William physically attacked him during an argument. He revealed intimate details about William and Kate. He shared childhood memories and resentments. Even the famous incident of the Nazi costume resurfaced, with Harry claiming William and Kate encouraged him to wear it. The book sold millions, but it shattered what little remained of their bond. Since then, Harry has visited the UK only briefly and sparsely. William has reportedly avoided meeting him. Charles has tried to maintain some kind of connection, but even that has been fraught. This is the context behind the speculation, the idea that when William becomes king, he may take decisive action. So what exactly are these unverified claims suggesting? According to several royal commentators, including biographer Andrew Loney, again, this is not confirmed, William allegedly views stripping the Sussex titles as necessary for the future of the monarchy. The claims suggest that William is determined to slim down the institution, limit the number of royals who hold prestigious titles, and cut off any individuals who have stepped away from duty. Many tabloids and commentary sites have repeated the claim that William has already decided to act once he becomes king, though none can point to official confirmation from the palace. What would this actually mean?
Right now, Harry holds multiple titles. He is His Royal Highness Prince Henry of Wales. He is the Duke of Sussex, the Earl of Dumbarton and Baron Kilkeel. Meghan is the Duchess of Sussex. Their children, Archie and Lilibet, have the titles Prince and Princess of Sussex, granted automatically when Charles became king. Under the rumoured plan, William would revoke all of this. Harry would simply become Harry Mountbatten Windsor. Meghan would become Meghan Mountbatten Windsor. Archie and Lilibet would become plain Archie and Lilibet, without royal styling of any kind. To be clear, removing a dukedom legally requires Parliament. That aspect of the rumour may be more complicated than suggested. But a king can issue new letters patent to redefine who is eligible for royal titles. A king can restrict HRH styling. And a king can decide whether certain lines of the family carry titles into the future. It is possible, but not confirmed, that William could choose to narrow the line of succession titles to only his own children and grandchildren. But unverified or not, the idea has sparked a wildfire. For some, it makes sense. For others, it feels cruel. And for Harry, if this were to happen, it would be an irrevocable break, a final exile from everything he was born into. The children complicate things further. Archie is 5, Lilibet is 3. They had no role in the conflict between their parents and the palace. To remove their titles would be symbolic, not punitive. But symbols matter, and in the monarchy, symbolism is everything. Some argue it would be unfair to punish innocent children for the decisions of adults. Others say titles carry responsibilities, expectations and obligations, and if the Sussexes chose to leave the institution, then the titles are meaningless anyway. But whether people agree or disagree, the fact remains, rumours like these don't appear out of thin air. They emerge from tension, from silence, from years of wounds that have never healed. William's motivations, as reported by speculation, are said to be both personal and practical. Personal because he feels deeply betrayed by his brother's actions. Practical because he wants a monarchy that is smaller, cleaner, and free from internal division. But again, these are claims, not confirmed plans. Even if William did want to remove the titles, it would not be immediate. There would be consultations, legal discussions, consideration of public reaction. The British public largely supports William and views Harry and Meghan unfavourably, so William may feel protected at home. But internationally, especially in the United States, the backlash could be intense. And then there is Charles. Charles has always been more forgiving toward Harry. He has not stripped any titles. He has kept communication open. He allowed Harry to use Frogmore Cottage until recently. He even made it clear he wanted Harry at his coronation, though the circumstances were complicated. But Charles's reign will not last forever. His health, his age, and the natural progression of the monarchy mean that William's reign is approaching, whether that is in years or decades. And the relationship between William and Harry remains frozen, unmoving, unrepaired, unspoken. The idea that William might take decisive action when he becomes king reflects not only the broken relationship, but also the direction he envisions for the monarchy. But beneath all of this, the drama, the speculation, the rumours, lies something profoundly human. This is a story about two brothers, two boys who walked behind their mother's coffin, two young men who faced the world together, two adults forced into roles they never fully chose, two husbands, two fathers, now separated by resentment, wounds, and silence. It is heartbreaking, it is complicated, and it is far from over. The speculation that Harry could lose his titles may be exaggerated, incomplete, or rooted in rumours, but it reflects a very real fracture. A fracture that spans years, oceans, interviews, books, betrayals, and tears. And now, the question is simple but devastating. If the monarchy wants Harry back, will it be too late by the time that door opens? Or, if Harry wants reconciliation, has he already missed the only window when it could have happened? Because if these claims, unverified though they may be, have any truth to them, then once Charles is gone, the door to the House of Windsor may close permanently for Harry, Meghan, and their children. The countdown, as the rumours put it, has already begun. And with every passing day, the clock ticks louder. Will Harry return? Will William relent? Will the monarchy fracture further? Will Archie and Lilibet grow up as royals or as private American children with royal ancestry but no titles? The answers are coming, sooner or later. And when they do, the future of the monarchy will never be the same again. Thanks for watching.